All right, hello wine drinking people. We're back with more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and Greg Gutierrez, we call him Gigi, those people that know him, from the Crimson Wine Group was in to show us a few new releases, and these are wines that we know very well. Actually, the first winery I ever visited in California was Pine Ridge, the cornerstone of this group. They just bought Seghesio Winery, another good friend, Pete Seghesio, I've known for years. It was good to see him earlier this year with some of his Zinfandels. He also makes some great Calatal wines, which I don't say very often. All right, starting things out, we had the Pine Ridge Chenin Viognier, one of the few Chenin Blancs you can still find. Well, this one's no longer a Napa Valley appellation. It's now California. Chapelet, the other great Chenin Blanc made from Napa Valley, but they make quite a bit more of this now, I'd imagine. 79% Chenin, the rest Viognier with a screw cap, which we like to see. This wine's got a very fresh and fruity bouquet, some apple, white peach-like fruit, notes of orange blossom, floral, kind of highlights there on the nose as well. A very fresh and fruity style. A little bit of residual sugar here, but nicely balanced with the acidity at the end and that orange blossom note showing through the finish. Very good wine for $14.75. And then the Chamisal stainless steel Chardonnay. This is what used to be called Domaine Alfred. Who would name a wine Domaine Alfred? Chamisal sounds so much better. All stainless steel with this wine. No oak, no mallow. Very clean style. Crisp green apple, lemon citrus fruit. Kind of a note of banana in there as well. Some minerality. They missed the frost in this one, but they got a little rain at the end of the vintage, so a cooler year down south. This 2011, a little problematic up north. Fresh and bright on the tongue, though, with this wine with that green apple and a little pineapple hint there as well on the palate. Nice zesty lemon on the finish. A very good wine for $15 if you like Chardonnay without oak, which some people that don't like Chardonnay, it's not the Chardonnay they don't like, it's the oak. Seghesio Arnais from Russian River Valley. This is the Giacosa's clone, which they snuck over in 1992. His cousin Renzo, which they do have a Seghesio in the Piedmont also. These are family members of the Seghesios in Sonoma. And Pete had to carry this wine back in his suitcase. Back then, you probably didn't have the drug-sniffing dogs that they have today waiting for you at the airport. But several people had to do that because the quarantine is 3 years for grapevines. God, who could wait 3 years to plant their vineyard? Anyways, this wine's got some pretty Asian pear fruit, white flowers, kind of wet stone-like minerality showing on the nose. Really fresh and lively on the palate with that apple, pear, fruit showing through on the chocolatey minerality also. Something that reminds me of the minerality with this wine, but very fresh. Only 800 cases produced. I can't imagine they have a hard time selling that at $20. All right, the Pine Ridge Chardonnay Dijon clones. This is all estate-grown fruit. They do buy some fruit also, I think, at Pine Ridge, but they have a lot of vineyards as well. Ripe tropical fruit on the nose here, peach and pineapple fruit, fresh buttered toast, some creme brulee and vanilla spice showing up here as well. Smooth and creamy on the tongue with a good amount of that ripe tropical fruit lasting to the end. Some nice toasty oak spice, some butterscotch notes, and good freshness here. An excellent bottle of Chardonnay, $29.75. And then we've got a new label for Pine Ridge, the ForeFront. We have this Pinot Noir in the store. It's very good. It's a blend of Santa Barbara and Sonoma County fruit and San Luis Obispo, so 3 different regions in California. Lovely black raspberry and pretty floral notes on the nose. Very floral and inviting with oriental spice, some earthy notes, but the focus here is on that fresh raspberry fruit. Sweet black cherry and raspberry on the tongue with smooth and silky tannins. One of the things we love about Pinot Noir, that velvety feeling on your tongue. A nice touch of spice and floral notes, but good freshness to the finish on this one for $20. A nice little Pinot. Then the Archery Summit Premier Cuvée Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley. Gary Anders started this winery. He's passed away now, the late, great Gary Anders, great guy. But some great wines through the years made at this Archery Summit Winery. A blend of all the single vineyard wines that they do, mostly the Arcus vineyard, though. This is all estate-grown fruit as well. Raspberry coulis and wild strawberry-like fruit. Pretty floral notes, exotic spices, some brown spice here as well. Big and chewy Pinot, though, on the tongue. Some nice structure and some tannin showing through, but still very velvety texture on the tongue. Some nice earth and spice here on the finish. An excellent bottle of Pinot, again, the Premier Cuvée from Archery Summit. Chamisal Pinot Noir Estate from Edna Valley. Some black cherry and wild strawberry fruit here on the nose as well. A good amount of floral and spice. Some earthy character. Nice complexity with this wine. A big Pinot on the palate with jammy fruit, but excellent structure as well. Some nice tannin showing in this wine. Floral and spicy characters on the finish. Excellent juice here. The Estate from Edna Valley. Then we got the ForeFront Cabernet Sauvignon. This wine's really ripe and forward. And 2009, very good vintage. San Luis Obispo, Lake County, and Napa in this. Red plum and currant berry fruit. A little tobacco spice and milk chocolate. Like I said, very forward, very drinkable, which is what they're going for in this label. A short but a pleasant finish and a real crowd pleaser, this ForeFront Cabernet Sauvignon 2009. 2009. And then the Seghesio Zinfandel Sonoma 2010. I'm not a big Zinfandel fan, but I do like Seghesio style. It is big, but it's still rather balanced. Lovely, pretty raspberry, blackberry fruit shown with fresh flowers, some red licorice spice and sweet tobacco here as well. Really nice sweet cherry liqueur fruit showing on the tongue with good balance. For a Zinfandel, not overly hot. It does have some tannins here. One of the things also I don't care about for Zinfandels, they can be lacking tannin and structure. This wine's got a nice balance on the finish. Very good juice at $22.50. That's what we had to drink with GG. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.